Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. Today's video is kind of a fun one because these are products that are all kind of new to me. Well, kind of. I've had these now for a bit. My friend Kelly from Cute Beauty Reel actually sent me a whole bunch of Flower Beauty products to try out. And so I wanted to go ahead and try them out because I've actually never tried Flower Beauty with the exception of one lipstick that I had bought from Walmart years and years and years ago. I remember it was because we went to, was it Bellingham? I think we went to Bellingham in Washington, and we went into a Walmart and I saw this new brand and I was like, hey, what is this? And I bought this like hot coral lipstick. Anyways, I decluttered that a long time ago because it was not a color that was made for me. It just didn't look right on my skin tone. So we got rid of it. But now she sent me here, I'll show you actually. So she sent me the foundation, which I've never tried, but I've heard amazing things about. So I'm excited about that. Oh, of course she sent me blush because you guys know I love blush. So she sent me the Blush Bomb Color Drops for cheeks in the shade Bitten. It's kind of like a berry-ish shade. This is not typically a shade that I go for, so I'm super excited that she did send that to me because my go-to is always like very peachy toned. She also sent me this liquid Kajal, which is like, I guess like an eyeliner. Yeah, it says a blendable eyeliner, shadow and liner in one. The shade that she sent me is Rust, so it's, I guess, the color of the lid. I don't know if we're going to use this today. I kind of want to try it, but I don't know if it's going to go with the eye look that I end up doing, so we'll see. She also did send me this Flower Beauty, well, of course it's Flower Beauty, but the Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer. I am not sure if this is in my shade. So the only concern I have is that it's going to be too dark. Is that even focusing? I don't even know. I feel like it's not. It's focusing on my face. Stop focusing on my face. There we go. So it says it's crease proof. It's weightless feel. It doesn't look too dark now that I'm looking at it, but we'll give it a shot. It might be my skin, so I could probably use it for spot concealing, which is really good. And the one thing that I'm super duper excited about, now I swatched this, but it is the Jungle Lights palette, which looks like that on the outside, but let me just open it up and show you guys. Here, I'm just gonna hold it upside down because it's a little bit easier that way for me, but look at those shimmers. And of course, Apollo's rolling around again because that's just what he does. Aren't those beautiful? I'm so excited to use these. What are you doing? He's playing dead. I wish I could show you guys. Apollo? So I'm super excited to go ahead and play with this. Now, because these are all shimmers, I was like, well, what are we going to use for mattes? And I was going to pull my Blend Bunny palette. But recently for my birthday, a very special friend of mine gifted me this beautiful Natasha Denona bronze. I know, of course, it's going to, you know, reflect, but that's just how it is when you're on camera. So here, let's try and do it this way. So there is the palette. I thought that we would go ahead and use some of the mattes from here because they're all kind of neutral and I feel like they would all kind of work with these shades. And I think I might kind of just stick to the, you know, the golds and the rust and maybe a little bit of the green and kind of create a look with that. So then it goes with this palette, but then also we can pull in this really fun liner. So this is going to be kind of a fun first impressions review. If you're interested in knowing all my thoughts on all of these products, he's going at it again.
He always does this when I film. I feel like he wants attention because he's like, what are you doing talking to a camera? Talk to me.
So before we even get into everything, if you guys are new to my channel, thank you so much for subscribing. Of course, if you're new to this video, I would love for you to consider subscribing. So please go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below should you choose to do so sometime during this video. That would be amazing. And don't forget to leave me a thumbs up or thumbs down based on whatever this video made you feel. I'm okay with either or. And I love when you guys leave me comments down below. So if you could leave me a comment, that would be amazing and we can chat. Follow me over on the Instagram. You know, all my socials are always linked down below. So if you're interested in seeing my thoughts on all of these products, then let's just get right into it. So I have been waiting to try these products, especially this foundation, for quite some time now. The only reason it took me this long is because I wasn't filming. And then this was supposed to be my new video before my, you know, this palette one went up. But the thing was, that palette was coming up for pre-order, and I really wanted to get that video out for you guys before it went up for pre-order, just so you could hear my thoughts on it. So I thought that this could wait, so I let it wait. I'm sorry, Kelly. It took me so long, but here we are. We're gonna go ahead and dip into this foundation. So the shade that she sent me, and let me just tell you, she did actually ask me on Instagram. She's like, hey, what shade do you think you'll be? And so the one that I picked was Classic 10 M3. So this does have sunscreen in it. It has broad spectrum SPF 18. Yeah, other than that, and that's all I see. Wear your sunscreen, kids. It's important. I'm not wearing any SPF today because, one, I live in like the dark. I'm not even kidding. I live in a basement and it's usually pretty dark in here. And also there's like literally no sunlight. It's like super overcast, and it was rainy and all that fun stuff. This packaging is really nice for drugstore. This is really beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take it on a sponge. I have dirty side, but I think I'm just gonna go in with the clean side just to see. So I'm gonna pump it right onto this sponge. And I mean, hopefully this is a good color match. I can't really do much about it now, but if it's not, I mean, we can always mix it in with other foundations. But today I really just want to test this out solely for the purposes of testing it out, you know? Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead with this. So I would say it's decent, except for the fact that it probably is gonna lean a bit more yellow. And so that's kind of also the reason I wanted to go in with a sponge. Now I'm probably gonna end up using more foundation this way, but at least I can sheer it out. And let's be realistic, who is using up full bottles of foundation these days? So I'm totally okay using up more than I need. I feel like that's looking like a fairly good match, you guys. Like, it just gave me the slightest bit of coverage. I would say it's probably on the sheer to buildable side, at least with the sponge, because I can still see a few of my like spots and things through the foundation. Why was I gonna say below the foundation? Anyways, I'm having one of those days where English is hard. I feel like I'm beating my face really hard. You can probably hear the sponge also like bouncing off my face. I'm giving you like that Taylor Wynn ASMR with my foundation application. Also, if the sound is really annoying, I'm really sorry. My mic is super close to me, but I just want to make sure it's only catching me and not, you know, Apollo rolling around on the ground. It's looking really nice. I really love the finish of it. And this color is actually perfect. Like, I feel like it just looks like my skin. Just gonna pull my nose ring out, just because I don't like getting foundation on top of the little stone. Kind of dulls it otherwise, and then I have to go in and clean it. I feel like it's just more work than I want to do. Guys, this is so pretty. That actually looks so good. Look at that. I didn't put any on the under eye area, and love like the dewiness of it. I think what I might also try is going in on a brush. I'm gonna use this one. I've been in the habit of using like really tiny brushes. This is called the Large Fluff from Lexi, and I used this kind of, I'm just putting like a little tiny drop of foundation. I don't even know if you can see that on there. But just to kind of get in the areas where I want a little bit of extra coverage, because, well, you brown girls know we somehow always have this weird gray cast around our mouth, and it's annoying as hell. to cover. So I'm going to grab another little drop for the other side. So let me know in the comments below, did any of you actually end up picking up the Glaminatrix palette during the next pre-order? Which they sold out again, which is crazy. I don't know how many they had in stock either though, so I don't know, it depends. I'm gonna use the same brush I think for my concealer. But that looks so good, so good. So next I'm gonna go ahead and open up this concealer. The shade that she sent me is Medium Honey. I don't know, this is M3 and this is M3-4, so I'm kind of like, I don't know. I figure if it doesn't work, I can just either use it in summer when I'm a little bit more tan, or I don't know. Is it darker? Can I use it to spot conceal? Actually, it's not that bad. Okay, we're just gonna try it. It's more peachy tone, so I'm just gonna put a little bit. The doe foot on here is really interesting. It's very like slanted, but it's also kind of stiff. So that's kind of different. I'm gonna put a little bit more here because the more coverage, the better. And let's just go down here too a little bit. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Okay. So let's go ahead and blend this out. Wow, this is really full coverage. I think it's definitely got more coverage than, say, the foundation. I feel like that really just helps. I've been in this habit of not setting my concealer, and I think I'm going to continue doing just that. That looks really good. I don't think my under eyes have ever looked that not dark. I do feel like it's maybe the foundation, but I do want to bring it down my neck a little bit more. Also, shadows cause this all to look a lot darker too, but just to kind of get a better feel. Yeah, I think that looks really good. I really like that. Also, I never always bring foundation down my neck that far. I just kind of want to really blend it out. Looking really stark. I think next, should we go ahead? Actually, you know what? I should bronze first. Okay, now that I'm all bronzed up, and my friend Aileen would be so proud of me for being so bronzed, we can move on to blush. So for blush, we're gonna go ahead and open up this Blush Bomb, which I've heard such amazing things about. I did swatch this one as well because I was really curious about the color. So this is what the packaging looks like. Am I showing you the front? No, I'm showing you the back. So that's what the packaging looks like. And it comes in like an applicator that is kind of like, is it glass? I don't know, it's probably plastic, but it almost looks like it would be like glass. And then it kind of just drops out onto your skin. So how am I gonna apply this one? Do I wanna use a brush? I think I will. I think I'm gonna use this brush, which is the e.l.f. Airbrush Stippler. And it's like, got like little, you know, fibers sticking up. These are really great. I have like a couple of these, but they're really, really good for cream products. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the back of my hand. So I've got like a drop there. That's what I'm going to go with to start because I have a feeling it might be pigmented, and it's like just a drop on my brush. Okay, let's see. I'm going to start by, I always smile and I always put my blush on the apples of my cheek. I know people hate this, but I love it. So oh, I'm nervous. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna put the rest of it back on the back of my hand. Do you see like that pigment? Like I'm terrified this might be too much. Okay, well, let's just go with it. Ooh, that's a lot of blush. This is like not a color that I'm usually comfortable putting on. So I think I might actually put some closer to my eye, and that way it kind of looks like it's draped. However, I am just gonna stamp over a little bit with my leftover foundation from my beauty blender thing, my beauty sponge. This is not like the on brand, you know. And that just kind of diffuses it out, and then you can always go back in and add a little bit more if you feel like it covered too much. So that's how it's looking. It's really pretty. Okay, we're gonna try to be a little bit more careful this time. This would work really good for like fake, not blood, but like rug burn type of, you know, I don't know. I feel like it looks like a rug burn when you just stick it on like that. Take my sponge again. This is a great trick to help. You can even do this with like powder, but if you ever feel like you're just wearing too much blush or you want kind of blush crazy, this is a great way to kind of tone it down a little bit. I mean, or you could just wash your face off and start all over. That's totally up to you, but I am not about to do that. So I'm just gonna try to get this off on my towel here. It did definitely stain on my hand. Okay, I'm gonna go into the Jungle Lights palette first, only because I wanna figure out what it is that I wanna use. Because from Natasha Denona, I'm not really doing anything too crazy. I'm just taking a couple of her matte shades. Anywho, I just want to swatch all of these shades just to see how it's gonna look. That way I can decide if I'm going to use something as a highlighter or not. Otherwise, I will go ahead and apply some highlighter right now. These are kind of dry to the touch though, like compared to like say indie brands and things. They're a little bit of a drier formula. However, they are so pigmented. Oh, why did I do it that way? Hang on. I should have not done it that way, but that's what they look like. Can I use that one as a highlight? I don't know that I want to. They look extremely sparkly. So I'm kind of just like, I don't know if that's something I want to put on my cheeks. So I think I'm not going to do that. Okay, let's do this eye look. I didn't prime my eyes yet though. Okay, and to prime my eyes, I think I'm just gonna go in with my usual, with the Urban Decay Primer Potion. So I know Natasha Denona's not, you know, drugstore, but we're just gonna use it because it was a gift, and all of this was a gift. So I'm like, I'm just gonna do it. Okay, I think the shade that I'm gonna go in with first is Sundown. No. I think I'm going to go in with Ridge, which is here. I'm just taking it on a fluffy blending brush, tapping off the excess. Oh wait, maybe I should zoom you guys in for the eye portion. That'd be smart. I hope that's zoomed in enough for you guys. We all know these Natasha shadows just do their work themselves. I don't even really need to do anything. Like, look how easy that was. Okay, Ruby, stop. This is not a Natasha Denona video. But like, seriously, the friend who sent me this, thank you so much. I think we're gonna start dipping into this little baby here. I think that on my lid, oh, what am I gonna do? You know what, I need to also swatch this because I just need to know what this is like, because I might try it out. But it's liquid? I don't know, like Godgel is never usually liquid, so I don't know what they mean. Okay. It's pretty. So I wonder, trying to figure out what colors to do on my lid. You know what, I'm just gonna go with whatever, and then if the Godgel works, it doesn't. If it does, then cool freaking beans, you know? Okay, so I'm first going in with that kind of gold shade just on a small, tiny shader brush. I'm just gonna do that on the inner portion of my lid. Hopefully these don't have fallout. Oh, that's really pretty. It's like, it's just a gold. I mean, there's nothing, okay, like, let's be real. I'm gonna do some real talk. These kind of shadows compared to like indie are, you know, they're like whatever. But when you think about it in the drugstore aspect and you're like, wow, a drugstore created something like this, then you're like, oh, wow, you know? But like, obviously these are not gonna match up to like my Davina, my Cleona, my Glam Shop, like all of that is just beyond the level of what this is. But if you like a good subtle eyeshadow that like, you know, is drugstore pricing, this would be great for you. I think it's really pretty. Hang on, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go in with my finger. Kelly hates fingers, but we're gonna do the finger. Look at that. Okay. It applies way better with a finger. I actually did buy little, what's it called? My under eye is creasing. Oh, that's creasing real bad. I swear it's like 32 came and like my wrinkles are
like, hey, here we are. We were like hiding. We were waiting for you to turn 32. So happy birthday.
That's literally just how I feel. I feel like, oh my god, my under eyes look terrible. Maybe it's just because I normally don't use like a full coverage, like that level of concealer. Like I wonder if that's why. But oh my god. Okay. Jeez. Okay, so that looks good. I like that. For the outer corner area, I'm gonna go in again with a brush first, just to lay down the color, and then we'll go in. And I'm gonna use that kind of rusty shade. And I'm going in with a Nabla brush. It's the N103. It's a little bit bigger, but it's like flat and dense. So, plus I need to clean my brushes. Yeah, this one's not wanting to pick up. These are really flaky though. Like if you like really push your brush into the product, it's super flaky. I want to make this look like
fire.
Kind of does though. Oh, that's really pretty. I'm gonna go in with my finger again. Sorry, Kelly. This whole video is gonna be like me using my finger and apologizing to Kelly. Oh gosh. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of that gold. Literally, I think like finger application. Fire. Look at that. Look at that. For drugstore shimmers, guys. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. I think I want to use the green shade underneath. I cannot believe my under eyes. Like I cannot. What is happening? I've got now gray hairs for the first time in my life. You cannot see them, thank goodness. They're hidden. But if I tie up my hair, you can usually see them. Oh, that's a pretty color. This is so beautiful. Oh my god, this looks like fall. Like, hello, it's spring, Rupee. What season are you living in? So beautiful. Do you see that? Leave it to me to do a fall vibes look. Oh, but it's so pretty. Like you can't even knock it. This green shade though. Oh wait, I haven't even done the rest of my other eye. So what I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna do the rest of the shadow off camera and I'll be back and then we'll go ahead and play with that kajal. Okay, so there are the eyes so far. I do need to do the inner corner still. So we're gonna go in with that super light shade. We're just gonna pop that in to our inner corner. Yeah, see, I'm glad I didn't use this as a highlighter because way too chunky for my taste. Oh, it's so beautiful. I might be going a little too ham with that shade, but I don't even care. See how that brightened the inner corner up so much? Wow, wow, wow. Okay, I am terrible at liquid liner, but we're gonna go ahead and try out this liquid kajal. The brush is like a very stiff, so I think it's like a felt tip type of brush, but it's like this. So it's kind of a rusty shade. I'm a little terrified of this, just a little, but let's give it a shot. That's a really pretty color though. I feel like it's almost too wet of a formula on too stiff of a brush. Like I would have liked a little bit more of a flexible brush. Oh my god, I'm gonna mess this eye look up. It's really, really liquidy. Like really liquidy. So I'm kind of just like, please dry. Like I almost don't want to put any near my outer corner now because I'm just terrified it's gonna like all smudge up in there. Maybe we'll do like the slightest baby wing type of situation. Like they say this is smudgeable. Like what am I supposed to smudge it with, like my own brush? I mean, like, can you see it? Like I can tell that it's there, but like I don't feel like it's anything particularly crazy. Maybe it's just because I'm wearing it over shimmer too. Like I feel like this type of product would be good on its own. Like if you're just doing like no shadow or like maybe one satin shade all over your lid. But like in reality, who's doing that these days? Because you know we're all wearing our indie shadows, right? I need to go do this eye off the camera. I'll be back. All right, you guys. So there is the finished look. I did go ahead and put on a lip. I used the Charlotte Tilbury Walk of Shame lip liner. I don't think they make Walk of Shame anymore, but I think they renamed it to Walk of No Shame. I don't know. I could be wrong. So then I used Walk of Shame lipstick and I put a little bit of Stoned Rose. Yeah, Stoned Rose over top. Because I was like, might as well use two. But I feel like this is a very kind of Kelly look. What do you think? Doesn't it feel very Kelly? I feel like it feels very Kelly. Yeah, I feel like the lip looks red on the viewfinder, but it's not that red. So I will show you guys a close-up. Okay, so here's the finished look. I've got the foundation on. I'm wearing the concealer. I have the eyeshadow. I'm wearing 4 out of the 6. So the only 2 that I didn't end up using were the light purple and the purple, which I think that would be a really cool look together on its own. I used the blush, which I think the blush is really, really nice. I would love to get this in other colors. I think like a more peachy coral tone is something I would go for with my skin tone, just because I have like super olive peach undertones. Like I feel like sometimes these berry blushes don't look the best on me. It doesn't look terrible. I do really like it. I'm enjoying it with this eye look. However, like peachy coral is usually what I go for. And then my favorite product is the foundation. Like I'm obsessed. This is so good. So good. I love how it looks on my skin. This is a foundation I will continue to use. I feel like there was another product. Yes, this one. It gave me such a hard time. But you know what? Now that it's dried down, it looks really, really good. I feel like this with like a super neutral eye look, like a neutral matte eye look, would look amazing because this has a bit of like a shimmer to it. It is really beautiful though. Only thing I will say is I feel like I look like I'm ready for fall and we're stepping into like, well, we've already stepped into spring, but like, you know, summer's coming. What am I doing? Like this would be a great fall look, but I wanted to get as much use out of all of the products as I could. I would say my least favorite product out of all of the products is probably the concealer. And I feel like a lot of people do love this concealer. Here's what I'll say. I don't like it for the under eye. I like a more, I feel like this was a little bit more of a dry, full coverage formula. That's what it felt like on me. And I have really dry, like under eyes. Like my eyelids are super oily, but you know, I'm a normal to dry girl, mostly dry, I will say. Starting to get more normal, but like I don't think we're gonna get there. Anyways, I would say my favorite area to use it is around here, and also to spot conceal. I think this is really good to cover any blemishes. Not that I have many, but for that, I will use this. It's the perfect shade for all of that. With a foundation, I will say definitely a winner. Blush formula, so good. So I don't know what other products I need to try from Flower Beauty, but you guys need to let me know in the comments down below. What are your holy grail products from Flower Beauty? What do you recommend I try? Now, Flower Beauty in Canada is a little bit harder to get a hold of. I think I did look around, and the only place I could really see that it was available was well.ca, but I will say it's a little bit on the pricey side. So really pick and choose what you want. I will say though, I have normal to dry skin. This looks beautiful blended out with a beauty sponge. The ones that I use are these ones off of Amazon. You get like a 5-pack for like $13.99 Canadian. They are so good. The brand is like Beaky or something. Hands down, my favorite sponges. I think they're so worth it. They work just as well as like the Beauty Blender brand. This though, it just looks absolutely flawless. I could wear this with just a bronzer and get away with nothing else on my face. Like, I feel like I would look just fine. And I feel like when you have a flawless base, you really don't need anything else. But yeah, I really do think everything turned out beautiful. I'm just not loving my under eye situation, but I was able to cover most of it with that dark green shadow. So it did work out. Thank you so much, Kelly, for sending these products over to me to try out. I think I might have just found another favorite foundation. If you guys know me, the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation is one of my favorite foundation finishes on my skin. It's kind of a sheer, I would say not even close to medium coverage, but I really just love how it looks on my skin. I love how this one looks a little bit more so far. I would have to see how it wears through the day, but like this color and then with bronzer and everything, I think it's just, I just feel like a dewy princess right now. Like, I'm loving this whole vibe. Shimmer on the eyes. And I took my shimmers quite up into the crease, and I feel like Kelly does that a lot. Kelly is so good, I think, with like meshing different shimmers on her lids, and I love the looks that she comes up with. If you guys are not subscribed to Kelly, please do go check her out. I will have her channel linked down below for you guys. She is one of the sweetest people I've met here, and she's almost at 1,000 subscribers. Let's get her there. Let's get our girl monetized. I mean, you know what? At the end of the day, YouTube, it's it's a lot of work, and I know Kelly puts in a lot of work on her channel, and so she deserves it more than anybody that I know. Please do go check out her channel and consider subscribing to her. If you're new to my channel, also consider subscribing to me. I haven't been as active as in the last little bit, but you know, sometimes you just gotta let your mental health and wellness take priority, and that's what I've been kind of focusing on here. So I am super excited to play with all of these products again, especially the foundation. I think it will be one that shows up in my, videos quite often, and I think this will be a really good one for me to mix with other foundations. I'm actually really interested in mixing this with my e.l.f. and seeing how that works, because I feel like it would be a really good combo. I just feel it. I feel it in my bones, okay? So anyways, that's all for this one. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what your favorite products from Flower Beauty are. If you haven't tried anything from Flower Beauty, what is a product that you want to try? I would love to know. I love hearing your guys' thoughts about different products. So let me know in the comments down below. And until the next video, please stay safe, be kind, and be healthy. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.